coming back to the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Now, what do you want to
Yeah.
discuss?
So let's move on to the next topic as well,
What do you want to
which
discuss? You want
is
to discuss a recent series or you want to discuss an old series? I was thinking about discussing the current series as well. Just to give a mix to the audience, not going with the chronological order. Just break the chronological order a bit. What do you think? The
yeah,
current
we
one?
should go for the recent one because there are some points which we should consider. Because
Exactly. Lots of
I was
points.
also mentioning those points in the
Yes.
in right now only. But
Some stupid
yes, these
points.
are the things quite concerning for me because India is not only a cricketing giant right now; it's a superpower. Today,
Yeah.
India is considered in cricket world as a superpower.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what India holds right now. A huge
Yes.
number of talents we have. And
Correct.
there are some things which I think you have mentioned with me in a normal chai wala discussions. Like you
Mhm.
have already told that the emerging talents are not getting that place.
Yes.
So what do you want to say about it? Because there are huge things to be discussed right now.
Okay. So first of all, I will come up with the selection of the India squad which went to Australia. Okay. The first test squad. I was talking about the selection of the team first, right? The
Yeah,
playing 15, which was 15, 17, which were picked for the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Rohit Sharma was already out from the first test, and in place of him, KL Rahul was being thought of being the opener. Not
yeah.
the plan initially because Abhimanyu Ishwaran had been flown to Australia with the India A squad. Sorry. So he was being looked as an opening replacement of Rohit Sharma. But in the A game, he failed. He failed miserably. He played 4 innings, two list A games, and he was very, very bad. The domestic performances which were coming up for Ishwaran, he's, by the way, he's a Ranji player from Bengal, for those who don't know.
Bengal, yeah.
He's a Ranji opener for Bengal, Kolkata. So he did not replicate those performances on Australian soil. He was very bad in those 4 innings which he played to runouts as well. He ran himself out twice, I think, in the first list A game, which is very embarrassing. Very embarrassing for a player who is looking to grab a spot in the test squad. Any coach will hate it. I don't care if it's Gautam Gambhir. I don't care if it's Ravi Shastri or Rahul Dravid. Any coach would have said, no, I don't want this guy in my squad. If he's getting run out in a list A game, he might get run out in a test match as well. What's the hurry of stealing a single in a 5-day game, 4-day game? No point. And technically also was not great. And I was very disappointed to see that Sai Sudarshan was ignored. He played some games in the A series. He was flown back to India. And I mean, some other players also were there who would have made the cut, but it's okay. Karun Nair was dropped unfairly in 2016, but
Yeah.
2025 it was not the time to make a comeback because he was scoring runs in the limited overs format. Red ball cricket, he was still struggling, so it was
Struggling.
not a great call to bring him back into the squad. And disappointed to see
And
so players not coming up. The technically sound players are missing in this domestic setup as well. A lot of players are not coming up as good as they should be, especially in overseas conditions. They are struggling in the A2s. They're not replicating those performances which they're doing in the Ranji setup. So coming back to the first test, now we are going to the first test match of the series, the Perth test, a dream test match for India. First inning was not a dream start. We lost Yashasvi Jaiswal and I think who was number 3 for us this time? I forgot number 3. Who was playing number 3 for us in this series? Was it KL Rahul who was number 3? I think, or he was. Oh, who was the opener then? Jaiswal was the opener. KL Rahul was also the opener. Then who came in number 3? Shubman Gill, I think. Shubman Gill was there, right?
Shubman Gill.
Yeah, Shubman Gill was there, number 3. So Gill disappointed big time. Jaiswal was pushing at the ball too hard in the first day, first innings of a test match, being putting to bat at Perth. And this Perth is different from Waka Perth, where the ball swings a bit here in this Optus Stadium.
Yeah.
And he overestimated himself. He underestimated Mitchell Stark's abilities, and he got out 2 point while driving on the up. Got out. And Virat Kohli, I want to now discuss the technicalities of his flaws now. It's increased manifolds. It's increased manifolds which are masked in the limited over setup in ODIs and one days as well. In T20s. Now he's retired from T20, so we don't want to talk about it. In one days, it gets masked because the ball is white and it doesn't bounce alarmingly, doesn't swing alarmingly. So it doesn't affect his flawed technique, so to speak. And people are saying that Virat Kohli has scored a lot of runs in the Champions Trophy as well. He's back. I am not going to say that. I'll wait for the England series and we'll speak after that. Has he improved or not? Because in the Ranji game as well, it was a poor dismissal by the way he got out. We saw the stump cartwheeling by a youngster. The way he got out was very embarrassing for a man of his stature to get out like that. So in the first innings at Perth, I saw a very strange technical change in Virat Kohli's batting is that he was planting his front foot way too early. Throwing his bat has always been a problem since the last 11 years. That's not a new problem. We knew it. And it's very disappointing to see a man of his stature not working on his weakness for 11 long years.
So this is the photo from the 5th test at Sydney. So of course you can see in the clip here that he's trying to push at the ball outside off, and as I was discussing earlier, the front foot is planted onto the crease. So what's happening because of that, the back foot is already on in the air. You can see clearly in this photo the back foot is in the air, so he's out of control when the ball is pitched a little bit onto the short of good length area. So when the ball is pitched in that area and the ball kicks off the surface, he's caught off guard. And even if he's playing away from the body, he thinks that he has full control of the shot, but he is not. He's completely out of control and off balance, and hence the ball is easily getting edged and carried to the slips. So in this picture, these are all the dismissals of Kohli in the whole series. So we'll start from Perth. So in the first innings, you can see he's completely off guard, is completely off balance. And why that happened, if you see the clip in the actual dismissal video, it's on YouTube, you can go and watch. So he had planted his front foot already. So when the ball just took off from the good length, he was caught off by surprise. So he could not come and rock back onto the back foot and defend it with complete control. So the ball hit the top edge of the bat, and the ball went to the slips and he got out. And even in Adelaide, I think Mitchell Starc, if I'm not wrong, he was bowling from over the wicket. The angle was different, but the dismissal was very much similar. You can see the front foot and back foot both are very much close to each other. So that's not a good position to be in when you're facing a 140 plus fast bowler. Your footwork needs to be precise. And about the other dismissals, the Adelaide second innings, the Brisbane one, and both the innings at MCG, I think the Sydney dismissal is not here, but I've already shared it with you guys in the first photo. So it's been very much similar kind of a dismissal, and this kind of dismissal is already present in his game since 2014. When he's in form, when he's in good nick, he'll middle those ones for 4 easily. He will get underneath the ball and it will look really good. But with this technique of cover drive, it's kind of a hit and miss. And one thing, if you notice here, in these 4 dismissals here, the Adelaide second innings, the Brisbane one, and both the innings at MCG, he's playing way away from the body, too far away from the body. So control is not present in those shots. So to control the cover drives and expect to middle every single ball with this technique is not possible, because if you play far away from the body, it's a chance factor. Either you hit, either you miss. So when you have a good hand-eye coordination, which Kohli used to have in his younger days, he used to middle all of them. But now, at this point of his career, it's tough.
Actually, you should have worked that the work which he should have been done is that he has to wait for the ball, because it's not a limited overs match.
Yes.
It's not a limited overs, and that line length in which he gets out, most of the batsmen, whether he is a left hand or a right hand, most of the batsmen find it difficult to play those balls. Yeah. Because those balls, we can't even go forward, we can't even go totally backward. Okay.
Yes.
You have to give respect to that ball. That's the thing which we should learn. That cover drive series of Sachin Tendulkar, which we have mentioned earlier, that was an epitome lesson for each and every batsman. emerging as a new batsman or he is well established or not. That thing we should learn, that respecting the correct balls and disrespecting the bad ones. Okay, so these are the things which our current team members, I shouldn't mention the name, they are great giants. We are just mere common people, but it's
Yes.
quite heartening for us as a fan. That
Thoughtful.
yes,
You're
we
right.
know that what capability they have, but
That's
still
why
they are
it
not
hurts.
showing it.
That's why it hurts. We know what they can do, what they can achieve, and that's why it hurts the way things are right now. And Virat Kohli improved in the 2014-15 series after the 2014 debacle. He played well in Australia, but I would
It
like
was
to
in
mention
15-16. It was in 15-16 that
2014-15.
Virat Kohli.
14-15.
It was a 15-16. No, 15-16.
15-16 was the ODI series. The Test series was in
Okay.
2014-15 before the World
Yeah.
Cup.
For the boxing, sorry, so the boxing time was that only. Yeah.
I think
It was
3 months before the World
2014
Cup.
December to 2015
Yes.
year January. Yeah.
Just 3 months before the World Cup.
Yeah, we should recall it those days. Like in those days, Mitchell Johnson were ferocious. He was
Yes.
just hitting those helmets.
Yes.
Before that Ashes, they won that historic Ashes.
Yes.
Okay, so they were all charged up, but Virat Kohli, what he did, he charged the ball correctly. If
Yes.
we can recall those shots, you will see that how correctly he judged those lengths. Even if it's a short ball, if it's a good length delivery, he took it correctly. He took those decisions correctly, and he gave that respect to those balls also, which should be given. But
True.
he was lacking that thing in the current series.
True. And I would like to say that in that 2014-15 series, I have never seen an Australian tour with flatter wickets in the recent times. Those wickets were dead flat. Even in the current series, 22, 20, 2021, 2018, 2019.
It wasn't that much mystery in those pitches.
And 2024-25, all these 3 tours, the last 3 tours of India, the pitches were spicy. They had everything for everyone. But the 2014-15 series was dead flat. I mean, in that summer, I think this is one of the main reasons. The main reason why Mitchell Johnson retired early was because that in that summer, the India series, followed by the World Cup, then followed by the New Zealand series 7 months later, and then the West Indies series. That time, the pitches were dead flat, and that's the reason why Mitchell Johnson said that, okay, if I'm not getting any purchase from the wicket, I'm not going to waste my energy, and I'll retire and I'll play domestic cricket. Just play Big Bash League and all. That's why he retired. In the same year, 2015 November, I think, where he announced his retirement, Mitchell Johnson. Because the pitches were dead flat, nothing was happening off the seam. It was just the early swing which was helping the bowlers, and after that it was just dead. Spinners were getting a bit of purchase, which Lyon did. So that's why that was also one of the reasons why Kohli scored a lot of runs. Because Kohli was in a much better technically and mentally in 2018 series. But he could not replicate that 2014 performance, right? Only 100 at Perth, at one of the best hundreds of Virat Kohli's career on one of the toughest wickets of Australia in that series. India was struggling. The pitch was green, lush green, spicy, ball moving around, darting in, uneven bounce, and on that wicket he scored. But on the other 3 wickets where batting was easier, he could not. But it was not flat. Those 3 wickets had at least something for the batsman, for the bowlers, sorry. And 2025 was no different. But here, I'm just coming back to the point which I had put on. He was planting his front foot. Now, because he was planting his front foot, his back foot game went for a toss. So with the rising ball of a good length in Australia, of course, we know that the ball bounces a lot more than other countries. So what happened that when the bowlers were bowling just good length and just short of good length, not really short ball, the ball was rising on the up. So before he used to shovel on the back foot and pull or cut. That was his strength. And he did that well in first. He did not. First he was planting his back foot and front foot, and he was caught by surprise, and he just nicked off for third slip, I think. And in the second innings, I won't really go into that detail. It was one of the best innings of Virat Kohli redemption. I won't say that because India already had a great platform. 200 for no loss, I think, if I remember correct.
Yeah.
Second inning. Yashasvi Jaiswal adjusted so well here, and back foot players have done well in Australia. And he transformed his game a bit. He was flashing hard in the first inning. Second innings, he controlled his instincts. For a young guy to do that in the first tour of his in Australia.
So, as you mentioned Yashasvi Jaiswal's name, I'd like to mention one thing about him. That Glad is quite good. He has been doing quite well. But the thing is that one incident quite shook me out because you know that you are a good player, okay, you are doing well. Then why you should go for the Australian bowlers? Because that that comment of his to, I think, which bowler I can't remember right now. Mitchell Stark, yeah. He told him that it's coming too slow. Why? Why he should do such rubbish things? Let the bat do talking. I always mention those things, that let the bat do the talking. You never mention, because it is only the first test. Okay. If it was the fifth test, then I would have said, yes, you can go for that because you have already accomplished everything. But it's only the first test, because that also took his career graph quite a bit down after that test.
Yes.
So it didn't went well for him.
Then Mitchell Stark showed who's the slower one.
Yeah.
The whole series. So, and by the way, the career has also gone down because now the news is that Yashasvi Jaiswal will not represent Mumbai anymore in Ranji Trophy. He is shifted to Goa.
Okay.
So, yes, him and Arjun Tendulkar will play together for Goa. I think he also has a history of disciplinary issues as well. He was once sent off by the then captain Ajinkya Rahane of Mumbai. So I think he's currently also the captain as well. So Mumbai captain Rahane sent him off from a Ranji game because he sledged one of the opposition batsmen in a very bad way. I think he said some terrible words. So he was almost about to face a ban. So Ajinkya Rahane said, "You just step off the ground. You need to learn manners. This is not the way you play cricket." So he was sent off.
And some might say that why we should do such things then while he is performing well. No, this is correcting that man's correct character, because you are not just playing for your own. You are not an individual performance here. You have to be with the team. So if your actions are doing something which is not going to do anything good for the team, then it is not required. Then it is not required, because Mitchell Stark was struggling. Yes, he was struggling. But you might have seen some reels also that he has engraved that thing in his left arm, that Yashasvi Jaiswal told him that it's coming too slow. It reminded him that what he is playing for. These type of mentality is needed rather than just throwing out your tantrums. Like you are having a gully cricket match. You have went for a six and saying, who's the boss?
It's fine. You can say it's an unfiltered podcast for a reason. You can speak your heart out. It's fine. Yeah, exactly. So there's no need for that. And he's just his first test of the match, just a second innings. You have to
Yeah.
play 8 more innings on that soil. There was no need for that unnecessary sledging. And when Virat Kohli used to sledge, if he's inspired from Virat Kohli was already a big star by then. If he even sledged, he backed it up with performance,
No,
not just.
he just showed him first what he can do. Then after that, he showed those
And,
things. He
and he
told
did not pick up
everything.
a fight. Virat did not pick up a fight to people. He responded to sledges.
Yeah,
There's a
he picked
difference.
up that thing.
Yes, and
Like
he
he
picked up in a
wanted,
wrong way.
like he wanted that heat in his mind, but that's not needed because you diverted your concentration from playing that match
Yes,
rather than having a discussion with the fellow mate. Because after each and every matches, you are only mere humans. So
exactly.
there is no need to do that things.
You're not playing cricket 24/7, right? After those 8 hours, there's still a life outside that.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what he forgot, and hopefully he learns from it. And he has a good England tour. We hope that we do well in the England tour as well. And coming to the bowling selection, Harshit Rana, from where did he come? And he bowled okay, but he leaked a lot of runs in that first test match as well. He bowled well, but
He
it
didn't
was not
maintain that consistency. For me, he
exactly.
didn't maintain that consistency because whenever you are playing outside India, you have to maintain that consistency because we have seen right now we have already mentioned about Ajit Arkar. He doesn't have
Mhm.
that skill set. He doesn't have pace. But what he did, he maintained that consistency. He maintained that pressure, which was created by Zahir Khan, Venkatesh
True,
Prasad, at
true.
that time, Javagal Srinath, those players created that pressure and Ajit Arkan maintained it. It was quite easy. It sounds quite easy, but maintaining that consistency is quite difficult. And being as an Indian player, it should be a bread and butter for those guys. And
True,
he didn't went up to the mark.
true, exactly. It's very unfortunate. And the bowling was, I mean, Mohammad Siraj,
No doubt Rana is a good bowler, but he is not
yeah,
up to that mark.
yes, is not there yet, is what I feel. And if he goes to England, brace for a 5-0. Because, and I feel Mohammad Siraj is starting to rediscover himself. He was in a very bad form. Because I think that I also know the reason. He was over bowled. He's bowled more overs than Jasprit Bumrah. He's broke his back because Bumrah's action is a bit dodgy. So he's more prone to injuries than Siraj. Siraj's action is more convenient. It's a very conventional, so to
Yeah.
speak. But he's lost his team. In Australia, he was not really there yet. He was struggling a lot. So he bowled well. He took a lot of wickets. But
And
that
Rohit Sharma
560,
knew that Rana is not doing well. You have to use these bowlers, and that what burned out them. It's actually they burned out them.
yes.
You have to take that alternate bowler. You have to use that alternate bowler. But Rana wasn't that option. He knew it, but still he
That was
continued with
our
it.
bowling selection was dodgy. It was the whole series was about Jasprit Bumrah versus Australia.
Yes. And it was also mentioned in the news articles also that it is
Exactly.
only between Jasprit Bumrah and the 11 members of Australian team.
Yes. So it was just him, and him. It was only Jasprit Bumrah was just giving the early
And it is quite shocking for us because each and every other cricketing nations always discuss about the talent or the number of talents India has in cricket. But still we are
Yes,
not utilizing it to the most.
true. It's very unfortunate, and I hope Bumrah recovers soon before the England series because we need him there open. Because in the Border Gavaskar Trophy after the Perth Test, of course, Virat Kohli got a good 100. We won the series 1-0, great. Rohit Sharma came back in the pink ball warm-up game. He was horrible. The pink ball test, he was made to bat in the middle order to save him from the opening problems that he was struggling against the new ball. He came in the middle order. He struggled. He still couldn't put bat on ball. In the third test also, I think third test was at Gabba, right, in Brisbane, which we lost. The Gabba test match was also, he was horrible. Couldn't put bat on ball. Even though it was a red ball and he was batting in the middle order, still couldn't play well. And the fourth test also, of course, he was saved by the rain. I think it was in MCG only.
It was
We
saved by
were
rain.
saved. Sorry,
It was saved by the rain.
it was saved by the rain. We would have lost 4-1. We were saved because of the rain. And Ashwin retired. Of course, we'll come to that as well. And then in the fifth test, there was a lot of controversy that whether he was dropped or whether he himself opted out, something like that. But main point was that he didn't play. So that also interrupted the flow of KL Rahul, the opener. He started off very well in in Perth. And then he was given a long rope in Adelaide as well, but he couldn't capitalize because pink ball experience we don't have. And he played a stupid shot in the second innings in Adelaide. If you remember, he tried to hook behind the leg. I think it was behind his back. He tried to pull and he got out. The second innings under lights. So in the third test, of course, he tried to play well. And then again, the fourth one, I think he came back. Rohit Sharma came back as an opener, I think, if I don't remember correctly. And then in the fifth one, he was dropped. Fourth match, he came back as an opener and he
Yeah.
failed. And in the fifth match, he was dropped, so to speak. If I'm taking it that way, that Gambhir took a call and he dropped him. And it was just, I don't want to go into that thing that it was all staged up or not. But the main thing is that India lost, is what matters to me. I don't care about anything else about that. And Rohit Sharma was in bad form. Then, of course, Champions Trophy will we also celebrated together. We watched it together. We were very happy, but it should not make you forget what happened in Australia, because in England the same mistakes might get repeated. That's what I'm worried about.
And England are also like Australians. They find the weak points first.
Yes. Yes. Now coming to Ashwin, what a strange way to retire. It's very, very shocking for me to see
Yes,
the way Ashwin.
you could have waited for the fifth test after the test series get a conclusion. Then he could have said that, but it was like he was put pressure on him that he should get retired. So it was like that.
And exactly. And I think what hurt Ashwin the most was that he went to Australia as a frontline spinner, and Washington Sundar was given a go ahead before him in Perth,
Yeah,
and Ashwin was said, "Buddy, you wait, you wait." Nitish Kumar Reddy was also given a go ahead in against Ashwin. So Ashwin was said, "You are not good enough to play Perth Test." That's what it hurt him. That if I'm not the first choice spinner, why even I'm here? Is what was his question. He was considering retirement before this, by the way. I've seen some interviews where Rohit Sharma says that Ashwin was contemplating retirement after the England series, the home series. He wanted to end his career then and there. He didn't want to play next season. But Rohit Sharma said that you please continue. We need you in Australia. You play the two lead-up series, the Bangladesh one and the New Zealand one. You play those two lead-up series, and then we'll go to Australia. And then after that, you can take a call whether you want to continue or not. So he was convinced, and Ashwin agreed. And of course, that he did well against Bangladesh. Very good series. He was the man of the series, if I'm not wrong. He scored 100 as well with the bat. And then came the New Zealand series. It was one of the biggest embarrassments of Indian cricket. We were whitewashed at home, and Ashwin was also not in good form. So one series, Ashwin and Jadeja are not in good nick. We lose the series 3-0.
no,
Okay.
actually, what I was saying that Ashwin, whether he's not in a good form or not, he knows one thing that if I'm not taking wickets, then I shouldn't give runs.
Yes.
And whether you agree or not, for me, Ashwin is a type of bowler who uses his mind rather than his skill set, because he knows that what batsman will do after each and every delivery. Okay,
Yeah.
he always
Yeah.
accounts each and every delivery as a whole. So
Yeah.
we should use his experience. And Rohit Sharma blundered. I think he just blundered that thing, because Rohit Sharma could have used that experience on the field when they are bowling. Okay, because after I think MS Dhoni, there are few players left who use his mind for each and every delivery. And Ashwin is one of those bowlers who who always uses his mind before each and every delivery.
Exactly. And after that, he was again called back for the Perth test. For the Adelaide ping ball test. That okay, our bowlers don't have ping ball experience. We need you. He played, and then again in the third test, he was said that no, you're not needed anymore. You don't need to play the third test. That's when he decided, okay, enough of this. I'm retiring. I'm done. That's what I think was a breaking point for Ashwin. The third test non-selection was the reason why he said, okay, I'm done with
Yes,
this
because
position.
you are
You cannot
saying that
disrespect
this
him.
bowler is doing much better than any other one. Okay, not in terms of taking wickets. Okay, I'm always mentioning this thing that whenever you are going as a test bowler away from home as a spinner, you
Yes.
should know that you are not getting any wickets. Okay, you might get 3 or 2 wickets in an innings. Okay, it will be quite lucky if you get far above than that. Okay, but which is more important, that creating that pressure that the batsman is not getting runs from your balls.
Yeah.
which is quite frustrating because you are standing there for 8 hours or 9 hours, whatever allotted time are there for
Mhm.
60 to 70 overs you're playing, and
Mhm.
a bowler is coming and giving you 10 maidens. Okay, that
Exactly.
will make that batsman quite frustrating. Even when
True.
I used to play as a club cricket player, if a bowler bowls a maiden over against me,
Mhm.
it makes me so matlab, dumbass feeling for me that how
Agitated.
did
You feel
this bowler
frustrated.
got a
Yeah.
maiden against me? So it made me quite embarrassing because I don't want to recall those days right now.
It's good to share that as well. Thank you for sharing, because we, as a non-professional cricketer, even playing some club level cricket or something like that, some school level, university level cricket or gully cricket per se, that how we used to adapt, how we used to analyze the situations, that if I'm planning is not happening, how to change to plan B and try to find out runs or take wickets to just make your things work. If something is not working for you in one way, you change your ways to get that scalp or to score runs, for so to speak. So yeah, it was one of the biggest assets of Ashwin. And that's why I think he was hard done by. He was hard done by, and you should not disrespect a legend like him like that. He was not performing as badly as Rohit Sharma batted in Australia, to be honest.
In the whole
So
series,
yeah,
Rohit Sharma was devastated. He was like he wasn't being as Rohit Sharma. He was like someone else.
exactly. And in
And
the past,
whenever he's getting the rhythm, another thing which I would like to tell that whenever he's getting the rhythm, why are you throwing your wicket away? Whether it's
yes,
on a white ball cricket, whether it's on red ball cricket, he is throwing away his wicket like it doesn't matter anything to him.
hmm, exactly. I think the reason what I feel is that he has lost trust in his defense. Number one, number two, he deems. I think I will not get a lot of hate for this, but I don't. I think he now understands that he's turning 38 and he's not fit anymore to play long innings and grind it out anymore. That's why he just comes out and says, "Okay, I'm just going to play aggressive cricket, score as many runs as possible, and then if I get out, get out." Is what I feel is now his mentality these days.
But being as a captain, you shouldn't keep that mentality because if you
Exactly.
play as an anchor role, it is quite good
Mhm.
for the team also.
I miss those 200 plus days when you used to score 200s for fun in ODIs. I miss
No,
those
I
days.
don't need that 200. I need only 100. But
Yeah,
that anchor
yeah,
role, which we need right now, because there are young guns. You have players like Rishabh Pant. You have players like Jadeja, who
yeah,
can throw their talwar in the air. Okay,
yes,
these are the players who can do those things. Then there must be a player who should be standing and guarding his wicket like
true,
it is his own fortress.
exactly.
Like
So,
we used to see when Kohli, what he was doing during the Champions Trophy, that he was not throwing away his wicket. He was not playing quite well. He was
mhm,
what he was doing. He was going to the basics, using your
yeah,
defense, you are taking singles.
yes,
That is more needed. Okay, and even if we go back to our days, like when we used to see Rahul Dravid, when we used to see VVS Lakshman, when we used to see any other player, Mohammad Kaif, these
yes,
players always stick to their basics, always took out runs, singles, doubles, triples, sometimes triples when they get big fields like Adelaide or Gabba, Perth.
yes,
Sorry, not Gabba, Perth. Pitches like
mhm,
Perth where you can get 3 runs in a single
yes.
ball also.
MCG as well, Melbourne.
MCG, oh, I shouldn't forget that stadium also
Yes.
because MCG is a quite memorable for Indian cricket fan
Mhm.
lovers also.
And now, just few topics before we close the session.
Yeah,
Some points that Nitish Kumar Reddy was a good inclusion, surprising inclusion, but he did really well. His technique is good, his bowling was good, as we discussed
yeah. I
before
was
as well.
also quite surprised about his inclusion in the team.
Yes, so was we, so was I, because I was not I was skeptical about him giving an opportunity so early, that too in Australia. I wanted him to debut in England. I wanted to take him to England, but Australia was a little too surprising for me. I felt it was way too early. I wanted him in the Test setup, but see the results. He was the highest scorer in I think, in the first innings at Perth, and in the both innings at Adelaide, in the pink ball test, he was the highest run scorer for India. And then the 100, of course, I think it came at MCG, if I'm not 100 came at MCG. So yeah, it was a great memories for him, and it was a handy bowler. So I can see
Yeah,
a good
Nitish Kumar
prospect.
Reddy was also being used as a bowling option also. He was a good bowler.
Yes, and I see good prospects in him for Test cricket and all over Indian cricket. He's the
And why
one guy
I am considering him in the tour in England as well as the BGT in India also,
Hmm.
because of the perseverance, because of the level of patience he is showing as a batsman. He is showing
Yes,
much more maturity.
yes, exactly. His mentality, that's the plus point for him.
Because as an Indian team player and as a test player,
Hmm.
whether you are technically sound or not, whether you are doing well in the Ranjis or not, if your patience level is quite good,
True.
you can endure that pressure which is being put
Yeah,
up by the bowlers.
exactly.